All right, I think we're live. We're live on YouTube. Are we live on Facebook yet? Not quite yet. There we go. Facebook is now live. Uh, all right, there we go. Got to get that link up. All right, everything is live. We're live on YouTube, live on Facebook, getting some bonus cardio in. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I pretty much got my 2 hours in. It's almost time to eat. I thought, what the heck, let's get a little more extra cardio in, right? We might as well. It's not going to hurt. If the goal is to get lean, then doing more cardio is never going to be a bad thing. So also let me get this going also so that we will, of course, triple dip into all this cardio. So we're going to stream on 3 different platforms. Hopefully I made this public. Did I make it public? All right, let me hit this. I thought I did. There we go. Yeah, we definitely have our first viewer here in YouTube. But so yeah, for everybody who's chiming in, I am streaming on YouTube fitness page, my Facebook fitness page, and then I have my profile going on a phone here. All my live streams, getting a little extra cardio and documenting all of it. Be Blaha everywhere in these streams right now for a bit. But is that some veins? I think that's veins popping out. I haven't even eaten yet. All right, oh well, veins in the shoulders. All this fasted cardio is starting to add up. I mean, my breakfast is pretty much ready. It's in the Instapot. I'm not going to eat for a bit. I'm like, I want to get a little more cardio in. Definitely, because I'm thinking about eating. I'm like, and it's not noon yet. So I'm going to get some extra cardio. Although, if people get me in here and get me motivated, I might run it longer before we get that. I still haven't recorded the vlog. Gustav says, hit that like, appreciate it, Gustav. Get those likes going, get those comments going for me too, brother. And like I said, this one may not be, a real long cardio session because it's bonus cardio. We've already done our cardio for the day, but I want to tighten all this up. So just getting extra in while we're still fasted, even on a training day, never a bad thing. I can stand to lose body fat more quickly. I've got plenty of size. I'm not even worried about that at this point. Like looking at it, I can lose muscle and still be good. I don't want to lose muscle though, but I'm not going to stress it a whole lot. So just getting in more and more fasted cardio, all the loose cardio, keeping the diet clean. Name of the game. But you guys saw my community tab post. Everyone saw it on YouTube, on Facebook. Very, very positive response. Huge amounts of positive comments, likes, people really understanding the direction I'm going with everything I'm doing and really pushing true health and fitness. Right? True health and fitness longevity. Again, too many people, my contemporaries, are out of the game. I'm still healthy. I'm still upright. I'm still training. You guys still watch me bench 315, pull 500, all that stuff with no problems. Pretty easy, really easy actually this morning. I'll put that footage up here in a bit. But yeah, longevity, name of the game. Getting back to old school physical culture principles, of being well-rounded athletes. And a lot of people pointed out, well, how come you're doing all the lists? You're not doing other stuff because I'm in a big calorie deficit with lists. I will eventually work on more of those things, right? We'll work on once I get leaner and I'm at a lighter body weight, I may start taking up running again a little bit. I'll start doing more jumps and throws and more athletic overall stuff over time. But right now, with the hours and hours of fasted list cardio I'm doing, we really don't have a lot of room for all of it. So for those chiming in who don't know what I'm doing, I'm streaming in 3 places right now while doing my cardio. Got my YouTube fitness, Facebook fitness, and then I've got over here my phone on my profile just because, it's a professional profile. Might as well get some streams up. Some people may chime in, some may not. But some of those on there, I get a bunch of questions and comments from friends, family, followers. Sometimes not, and that's okay. At least I'm putting the streaming content up. So, like I said, this may not be a long one. We'll see what we get on the tubes here. It's really slow so far on everything. But we had 2 really long streams already today. So this is just throwing a little bit of extra bonus up just to have more stuff out there and to get more cardio in. And I document all of it. So I'm going to do the boring cardio. I'm going to talk to my fans. We're going to document all of it. We're going to put it into streams. So we did an hour walk this morning, brisk walk after lifting, an hour on the bike, and then now we're getting in a little bit of extra. Just for those who don't know what we're doing here. All right. But hopefully it picks up a little bit. I may not stream it long on the profile because it doesn't get a big audience there. But always throwing a little bit up helps with my overall outreach, helps with my stuff. They always want me to have some videos and lives on there to get my little Rising Creator badge every week. So I might as well do them. All right, we might as well do them. But hopefully the YouTube picks up a little bit because that'll at least keep it lively for me. So I feel like I'll probably go ahead and end the profile stream just because we got something up there. Because we got a longer one earlier, like it was almost an hour. And so I'll close that out. All right, and that can chill for now. And then I have to worry about less stuff. I can worry about just these 2 tabs. All right. But there we go. Now we're getting a few more views. Trevor's in here. Okay, let's go down there. Now we're getting questions. My second PBB says, tried outside walking instead of the treadmill. The AM coach, it was nice. I need to figure out how to increase the intensity a bit, though. Oh, you could just walk more briskly, dude. You could walk more briskly. Trevor said, just did a mini 6-week cut, dropped 7 pounds, kept on my strength. Keep up the good work, brother. Hey, Trevor, that's awesome, dude. 7 pounds of fat loss, no loss of strength. So, you kept your muscle. Count that as a win, dude. I mean, 7 pounds less fat walking around, you're healthier. And, here's the thing with that. People have to get over this fact of, I used to say that, well, we can be too lean, it's unhealthy. Can we really be so lean that it's unhealthy? That's exceptionally rare. All right, not if you're carrying muscle. Yeah, if you're contest lean. But is 8 or 9 or 10% body fat unhealthy? No. Body fat itself harms our health. Okay. Body fat itself increases insulin resistance. Body fat increases inflammatory markers in the body. So are you probably objectively healthier for having dropped 7 pounds of body fat as an athletic lifter? Probably so. Peppermint says, Coach, I came as soon as I got the call on my tubes. Appreciate it, Peppermint. Your ongoing support is always noted and appreciated, brother. Right? It's always appreciated. Thank you so much for that. All right. Let's see if I can watch my own little stream here. So, I'm going to leave that spam now. All right, get back over here. Oh, we had a few comments there. They kind of died out, though, haven't they? Like, Peppermint's a regular. Oh, good, man. We can all be regulars. But the main thing is we're doing bonus cardio instead of eating. I don't know if we count it as bonus because we do 2 hours on a lifting day. Compared to my non-lifting days, it just seems so minor. Peppermint, you make tons of them, dude. I mean, if I'm doing 3 or 4 streams a day, he's going to make it more than half of them. Even if I can't always be, I appreciate the ongoing support. Always appreciate the ongoing support. But again, I don't know how long I want to really keep this one going. If the YouTube blows up and I start getting tons of questions, I may stick it out longer. But it's also at a point where I'm like, doing this so that I can stave off eating my breakfast while fasted. So instead of eating 20 minutes or 30 minutes sooner, we burn some more calories. Right? That's the idea. I still got to record the vlog, I know, guys, and I got to do all the reels and shorts from it. Right? But we will get it done. Don't worry, guys. We will get it done. All right. But so far, we have a few commenters. As far as the one guy saying just picking up the intensity, just walk more briskly. But keep in mind, brisk walking itself is good for you. All right, that's healthy. That's improves your health. It burns through calories, and it's low intensity. Keep that in mind. If our goal is just overall health and you're wanting to maintain muscle, you don't necessarily need a lot of intense cardio. The cardio doesn't necessarily need to be intense. It just needs to be activity, movement, elevated heart rate, a little bit of elevated breathing. So brisk walking itself is extremely healthy. So don't discount that, right? Don't discount what you're getting from that. It still adds up, right? It still adds up over time. Especially when people are so sedentary, they don't get a high enough step count. Humans really are an endurance-based species, and I think we forget that. Compared to most other mammals, we're better in endurance and a little weaker in strength. Like we're built for endurance. Strength and muscle don't come that easy to us. We have to actually work for it, right? Cardio comes way easier to us as a species. That's why when you look back historically, they realized original humans used to be able to, they used to run horses down. That's how they caught some of them, right? They just ran them down. Over a long enough distance, a group of humans would wear a horse down and catch it. I mean, crazy as that sounds, they don't have quite the endurance capacity we do when we're in shape and used to running longer distances, right? When I get lighter, I may do more of that. That'll be interesting to try to stream it though, jogging or getting running shoes and whatever else we got to do. You know, no comments on the Facebook yet. It's all just YouTube. But again, this is just trying to get whatever extra cardio I can squeeze in, grab a few more views, a little bit more engagement, right? Had a guy this morning, he bought the coffee from my Amazon wish list, one of the guys this morning, so that was cool. It all adds up. Yep. All right, well, we got people in the YouTube. Let's get some more questions going. We got viewers on Facebook. They're not asking questions. Get questions going, guys. Get some commentary. Get some ideas. Give me a reason to stay in here. On the other hand, though, people have been really, really supportive of that post I made on the community tab here, which again also went to Facebook. It wasn't as many people didn't quite catch it, but still quite a few did. But what was our outreach on that? It was actually really high. So let me look and see. 78 people liked it and 15 comments. So yeah, I think that resonated with people, right? That resonated with people as far as is the longevity of and just overall true health and fitness. And I think that matters even for my original audience. That's something I've been saying more of too. There were people who started following me in 2012, 2013, 2014. And they're like, man, I'm 10, 12 years older than when I started watching you. Back then, I cared about my gains. They're like, now I care about being able to be healthy and fit and function. You know? And how many of those people then return? They come back, they're like, wow, you're still here? I got unfit and I'm trying to get fit again. And you're still over here doing content. You're still doing your thing. It's like, yep, exactly. Exactly. And I think the other thing I've got to look at too, like I said, I want to get leaner. I look, Mark Bell got crazy lean again lately, and I'm not going to do the diet he did. You guys get the idea, right? I probably need to be about his body fat where he is now. That may be ideal. I even ran numbers, guys. Do you guys realize that 8% body fat at 185 at my height, I would still be above the quote unquote natty limit on the fat-free mass index calculator? It's still over 25. So, 185 at 8% body fat would be massive. We're still drug steroid level big at that point, right? So, there's definitely no point in me being 200 plus pounds. That's me. Actually, my PV says that's me. Important to change perspective as you get older. And that's what we're talking about. Again, I've lived a healthier lifestyle than a lot of my contemporaries, but I've got to get that dialed in better. Again, Jerry Ward, Cali Muscle, Rich Piana, Now, granted, they all have used a lot of stuff, but still, you guys get the idea. We can't go that route. So the same for me, it's like I need to be focusing on true health, right? I need to be getting really, really healthy. So we need to be lean. I've got to keep the diet on point, keep the LDL down. I've really got to care about atherosclerosis. definitely not going to be blasting in a year. By sucks, you're 62 in September, you're your lowest adult weight. Nice, man. What are you weighing? Or assuming you lift, if you're on my channel, I'm assuming you're fairly fit, you work out too. You lift some weights. But again, I've had to think about that in terms of even muscle mass and worrying about, oh, we need to be 200 plus pounds. No, man, look how amazing Frank Zane looked at like 185 or whatever. Come on. No, we don't have to be 200 plus pounds to look crazy jacked. Because even then, when I plug those numbers in, I still over 25 fat free mass index at 185. Assuming I'm at that body fat, then come on. Again, how much do we really need to weigh? And it also puts in context of how much weight is being over 200 pounds really on normal people. Right. So by stocks, I'm 5'7" at 175. It's 223 at age 46. Right. Can relate. I got up to around 45. I got up to 245 and I was getting sleep apnea. Yeah, I was strong. I was squatting and deadlifting 600 plus. Right. But I was not healthy at that point. I realized I had come down from being a lot leaner, more trim, had done meets, at a lighter body weight, I'd done some pretty good stuff. And I let the weight push up, trying to chase bigger numbers. And I could tell it was destroying my health. So I made a big change back then and made a physique change and everything else, and everyone noted, but it's like that was not extreme enough. I really only went maybe halfway, maybe only 30 to 40% as far as I should have. Okay. And as I started this cut, I started really thinking about that, thinking about the health ramifications of family history and all these people who've fallen in the industry around me, and realized this is not a game. And again, I'll probably be more popular online, much leaner. So it's like, what am I even doing? Why am I holding back from just doing that? Because I don't want my squat to be under 500 pounds. Because I don't want to only have a 315 bench. I mean, come on, guys. It's kind of what I was thinking about too. I put out that dad bod strength standard that people think is unrealistic. So what if I could hit my own dad bod strength standard in the 180s at age 50 coming up? Then I'm setting the example of saying this is realistic. And when you're hitting numbers like that at that age, nobody is going to say you're not ridiculously strong. What's the deal with those morning routine or what I eat in the day vlogs that fitness channels love doing these days? They seem popular. I mean, you already see my stuff. Now, my personal life is not going online. There are reasons I can't do that, and I'm not getting into it. So if they want to see what I do around now, people aren't going to get filming outside of my training specific environments. I don't want people having access to my life. So this is all they get. I don't know why people watch that. I think people who watch that stuff are weird, personally. But you do see what I eat in a day, Michael. Right? I literally make money off of you seeing what I eat in a day. I put up the pictures of all my food. Those are monetized on Facebook and Instagram. I get paid for that. So just in case you didn't know that, I make money off of those pictures. So I already do that, but I don't want to video it, right? I don't want to video all that. We already have so much with the vlogs up and all the training vlogs and the other stuff. People have tons of stuff here already. Yeah, their morning routine. I don't know why anyone cares about someone else's morning routine. My morning routine is I either drink coffee, start working, I get on my desk and work while drinking coffee, and then I either go lift or go do cardio, and all of it gets documented, So my whole morning routine would be really boring. I pee, I brush my teeth, and I start my first cup of coffee, and I sit down at my desk and start working until it's time to do cardio or lift, which is before the sun is up. What are your basic strength standards? Yeah, the 3, 4, 5. So the dad bod strength standard is 3-plate bench, 4-plate squat, 5-plate deadlift, and 10 pull-ups is the dad bod strength standard. Right? Which is very similar to the old standard that I said that if you can hit these lifts, I used to say that for years, if you can do these things, you'll look reasonably big and fit walking down the street wearing clothes. Used to be. Now I've said it is the dad bod strength standard pretty much. That if you've been training for any number of years and you're in your 40s, you need to be at these numbers. These are your kind of your ideals to shoot for. And if you've been going to the gym for 10 or 12 years and you've reached your 40s and you can't do that, you've probably been goofing off the whole time you've been there. You haven't followed any form of progressive overload. You didn't do basic exercises. You probably either started or restopped over and over, or you just go to the gym and play leapfrog and grab ass. Because they're not unreasonable. People will argue the benches, but for shorter guys, it's not. The deadlift is the unreasonable one for them. Because I get other guys in that category, they bench 330, but they still can't put 500. So that's going to be a little leverage dependent. Guys with longer arms think that's crazy for me to expect short 315 bench. But I get that, you know. But the deadlift comes easier to those guys. Which should be guys like me, right? So, you know, so those are the standards. Oh man, we pushed through our minimum here. It's afternoon. Oh man, I feel like people worrying a lot about leverages can be detrimental. I think it is too, right? It can be. And at the end of the day, you guys are still seeing me with the bad bench leverages, long arms. I still pause bench 365 with a fairly wide. I've still done it in spite of the leverages. And even now, I'm cutting and I walk over and I can rep 315 flat back right now still. So again, leverages matter at the high competitive level. Yes. Yeah, if you have the wrong leverages for a lift, you may not break state records or national records at that lift. Agreed. But what if you just want to be really strong? So we come back over to those numbers I gave. Those are irrespective of leverages. Those are obtainable. The 3, 4, 5 plate, big 3. I think they're obtainable for the average guy, given enough workload over time, plotted out over years. And that's the point, right? It is about plotted out over time. And that's the key to it. Right. All right, guys. I do feel like at this point, though, we did over an extra 20 minutes. It's past noon. My breakfast is ready. But yeah, I think it's time to wind it down. So I'm going to shut this all down. And I'm going to go get some breakfast. So love you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.